like to welcome everybody to Let's Talk Racing tonight. We've got Caitlin Shaw on the line already, and we have Terry O'Connell in the background here with us. And Caitlin, go ahead and kick it in gear for us tonight.
Okay. Well, I'm getting ready to compete in my second NASCAR Camping World Truck Series race this weekend, and we've kind of been building up with it on the show, and so I'm excited that it's finally here. I'm going to be racing Friday, and we're doing our practice runs tomorrow with EGM Racing.
Cool.
So I'm really looking forward to it.
Great. So what kind of sponsorship have you got put together for the event this weekend, Caitlin?
The Oil Medics and Community Healthcare Service are the two main sponsors, as well as Doug Cloud. And Oil Medics are a company based out of Fort Worth, Texas. And this is their first venture in NASCAR, so they're kind of learning the ropes of everything and really seeing how loyal the NASCAR fans are. And Community Healthcare Service was with me when I started in the Truck Series last year, and they decided to come on board again this year. So I'm really grateful to have both of those companies behind me.
That sounds right. Absolutely. It's good to see new companies come in, and because, the economy's in such a terrible position right now, it's really nice to see that. And I'm sure you worked really hard at putting that together.
Yes. A lot of hard work, but it pays off in the end.
Oh, absolutely. This auto racing thing is kind of a 24/7 ordeal. And especially the sponsorship end of it. People out there, fans, don't really know how much effort is put into just finding that one sponsor to do one event.
Exactly. It's tough.
It's tough. But if it was easy, everyone would be doing it.
Right.
That's right. Exactly. Well, I know you're excited about this. Kind of walk us through what else is going to happen. So you're going to be testing tomorrow, right? And
our 2 practice sessions are tomorrow, and then we'll qualify and run the race on Friday.
Perfect. And that's a live speed event, right?
Yes.
Cool. So what's the paint scheme going to look like? Is there some place people can go to a website or something kind of see what the car is going to look like and all logoed up?
I don't have the paint scheme up anywhere yet. It's just a white truck. It has the Oil Medics logo on the quarter panels, and it has the Community Healthcare Service logos on the TV panel. So it's pretty much just a white truck. It has red lettering, but I'm excited to be running it, and hopefully we can put together some more sponsorship for 2011.
Absolutely. Because 2011 is already here. It's here.
Yeah, usually in August time is when everybody's figuring to already have everything nailed down, but the way things are going now, you might be lucky if you get it by February.
Exactly, and that's something that sort of works more in my advantage. It gives me the off-season to kind of regroup again and try to show people after this race the exposure that I can bring them in 2011. So, in some ways it's a bad thing, but I'm taking it as a good thing for my team.
That's right. Always the positive. You have to find the positive in it, for sure. Absolutely. So, Roger tells me that you actually work for Michael Waltrip Racing as a PR person.
Yes, I'm an intern at Michael Waltrip Racing, but it's really been a lot more than a tip.
Sure.
Are we good?
No, you're good. It was just we had a guest coming in, so the.
Oh, gotcha.
Absolutely.
He came in the front door where the ding dong was instead of going around to the back door.
It's okay.
So he's going to be head ding dong for the day. Come on, hop over here, Steve.
Yeah. So I know Mikey. I know Mikey from years in the past, and his brother Daryl and Stevie, and Mikey's quite the guy. He's quite the person. He's not only is an entrepreneur in the sport, but he's kind of an entrepreneur human being.
Definitely, and he has a lot of personality. But he's been really great. He's actually worked really hard to give me some opportunities. Also, he had one day I walked in the shop and he just came in my office and got me for a interview with a television station from Dubai. So just little things like that. He's a great owner. I really enjoyed working for him. And working in the public relations department with Ryan Truex. So it's been a really neat experience, and it's going to be neat to get to be at the track in a driver's suit and still still get to see some of the NWR public relations going on with Ryan at the same time. So I think that's a really neat experience that a lot of people don't get, but I'm very lucky that I've gotten it. They've given me a wide aspect of learning from them this season through their public relations, sales, and sponsor relations efforts. It's just been a really great experience, and I can carry that over with me to DGM racing.
Absolutely, absolutely. Because the sport really embodies so many different aspects. It is about marketing, it is about science, which is the race car itself, and putting race sponsorships together. So the sport really kind of runs a full gamut of a business model, and it's really nice to see you there on that ground floor, getting experience all the way up, not only from public relations, but now you're going to be a superstar driver, which is really cool.
I'm working on it.
There you go.
Exactly.
Now, are you also going to be working as a Michael's PR person during the while you're racing this weekend?
No, I'll probably help them out a little bit on Saturday if they need some help, but I decided just to kind of focus on the race, and that's my main priority this weekend in Phoenix, is to run well and qualify. And I guess Steve called me this morning and said that if I qualify into the race, then it'll make NASCAR history for the most females to compete in a series in NASCAR ever. So I think that that's pretty neat experience.
Absolutely, absolutely. So yeah, that's going to be big news. The media will be all over that. So I know you'll do well.
Sure. No pressure.
Yeah, no pressure, no pressure whatsoever. It's all up to you, Caitlin, to make that happen.
How they worded it too.
Exactly.
We just want to know that she's called Leadfoot by the end of the race, okay?
Yes. That's right. That's right. Have you ever competed at Phoenix before? Will this be your first venture into the Arizona desert, or have you been down there before?
Actually, Phoenix is a track that I grew up around. I raced the USAC midgets there, so
right.
And I've always watched the trucks at Phoenix because I'm from Albuquerque, New Mexico, so it's kind of a close drive. It's the closest track we have in New Mexico for anything NASCAR.
Absolutely.
It's cool that I can scratch off my list there.
Absolutely. By the way, I love Albuquerque. Every time I do my little road trip out to L.A., Albuquerque's my little stopover to kind of refresh myself at Starbucks and maybe hit a MAC cosmetic stand in the meantime and keep on trucking. But yeah, so I love the desert. It's really cool.
I haven't been that way yet, so I need to make my way out there sometime.
Yeah. Albuquerque's really beautiful, especially when you're coming down into Albuquerque, coming from the east towards the west, in that little come down out of the mountain thing. It's beautiful. It's beautiful.
Exactly. My house is right at the base of the mountain, so it's really neat. In the winter or springtime, you can go up and you can ski in the mountains and then come back and you wear your shorts and your t-shirts. So really, really neat atmosphere.
I like that. See, that's cool. That's right.
Do the same thing there.
Exactly. Well, I'm very excited for you and for you to have this opportunity, and I know you'll do well out there. And if you have to use the Krone horn, just use it.
Yes.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
I know. So looking forward past this weekend, I know you're in full swing looking for sponsorship for 2011. Kind of walk us through what your plans are for next year. Are you looking for, I know you obviously would love to have a full season, but is it going to be something you're going to piecemeal out? Have you got targeted events? Kind of bring us up to speed on how you're approaching that for next year.
Well, my game plan is to run as many truck races as I can. I'm looking to continue running with DGM Racing. I think our team chemistry with Mario Bosselin is we work really well together. So I'd like to continue racing with them. I think I can learn a lot.
Sure.
So right now we're just trying to piece some races together. We're not going to come up with it all at once unless we get a major sponsorship to come in. But I'd like to continue running at the tracks that I've already competed at, ORP, Phoenix, and then maybe some just get approved with NASCAR to run mile and a half and keep progressing. I think that is going to be my main goal next year, is to get approved to run at all of the tracks. So I think that's just finishing the races and getting in as much seat time as I can.
Absolutely.
So that's definitely a start. You got to work your way up if you want to get there. So.
Exactly.
Well, I think this weekend will be a big feather in your cap.
Yes.
Just going out there, going through the routine of testing, qualifying, doing the event. I think you'll be approved for a mile and a half right after this weekend.
I'm saying, plus it's a big track for the trucks since they started there. So
Absolutely.
Right. I'm keeping my fingers crossed.
You
That's
betcha.
good.
You betcha.
Now I just need to win there. That'd be awesome.
It would be.
The plan.
That's right. That's right. Absolutely. So you're to kind of get the fans out there who are listening tonight up to speed on your trek towards this this cup race, this truck race. You came up through midgets. Did you run karts or anything like that, or Legends cars, or how did you get to this point?
I started in quarter midgets when I was about 9 years old, and actually that's kind of late for quarter midgets, which I didn't realize until later. But most kids started quarter midgets when they're 4 or 5. But we got my first quarter midget when I was 9 years old, and we would drive over to Phoenix actually all the time to race it because we didn't have a track in New Mexico. And so eventually that kind of just got me, and then I started racing mini sprints from there, and then I moved up to the USAC cars in the Ford Focus midget, and progressed into the USAC National midget.
Right.
So mostly my background's been open wheel. I actually, last year was my first year racing any type of stock car. I ran a half a season of late models and then the first truck race.
Perfect.
Wow.
Perfect.
The transition for me to the stock cars, but I'm looking forward to it.
Absolutely. Well, let me ask you a question. As far obviously your background and your job duties at Michael Waltrip Racing is in the administrative PR end of it, but I'm sure through the years you've kind of been involved with the science of the race cars, the technology of the cars, the torsion bars, sway bars, shock, springs, aero. How up to speed are you on just the mechanical end of this thing? Because that is a big deal today to know how to parlay what that race car is doing on the racetrack from a layman's standpoint back to your crew chief and your engineer. How familiar are you with the mechanical workings of the race cars?
Well, I was very fortunate when I was younger, and I didn't feel fortunate when I was younger because my dad had me work on the cars with him all the time.
Right.
We would travel the country together.
Right.
So it was just me and him working on it, and then I was fortunate to move up to the late model last year and work with Gary Huffman and Johnny Chapman, and they taught me how to rebuild my shocks and how to feel what the different stacks in the shocks feel like when you're on the track. So I think that's an invaluable experience for me. I really, my main goal when I get on the track is to break down the corner, braking points 30 degrees into the corner, 60 degrees into the corner, and then off the corner and on acceleration. So I think that it's really, that's really paid off for me to get to know all of that. I mostly worked with the shocks and springs, that suspension type of thing. But I've done all of the tires and working with stagger and stuff too. So all of that's obviously very important. I'm not as up to speed on the engine and that type of stuff, but I can work my way through there.
Oh, absolutely. Really, from a driver's standpoint, the mechanical aspects of the cars past the motor, the engines in the cars are the most important thing, because you got to be able to relay that information back to your crew chief on how that car's steering, what kind of traction it's getting. And it's good to hear that you've been really working at that end of it.
I was like, especially the shocks and springs, to me, are one of the biggest parts of it. If you can actually tell them how to make it better in that part, then that'll help everything else, all the little stuff. It's easy to do.
Absolutely.
Exactly.
Can't really change that during a race. So.
Right. And, and that's really an advantage you have over a lot of other drivers, especially female drivers. And that's one of always kind of been my goal going forward, is to really get the female drivers coming into the sport more up to speed on the mechanical aspects of it, and it's just going to enhance their overall package. So
exactly. I'm very fortunate that they gave me that experience, because otherwise I would have known nothing about the shocks and springs, but them forcing me to build my own shocks and do that sort of thing has really paid off, and I'm very grateful in retrospect.
Perfect.
You probably already said, but is Oil Medic going to be your sponsor for this weekend?
Yes.
Okay. I had a question in the chat room, so we want to make sure.
Yeah. That's cool. That's groovy. Absolutely. So, Raj, you got any questions for Caitlin?
I'm just. Did you get anybody else other than the Oil Medic lined up?
The Oil Medics Community Healthcare Service and Doug Cloud DDS are the three main ones. Mm-hmm. And then I've just had a few other donors that have been fans and different people just interested in it. Not significant, but amounts, but anything helps. So,
Exactly.
if there's anybody out there that would like to donate, I'm still taking applications.
We'll donate good luck stickers.
Hey, that's right. We got a lot of that, actually. That's it. We'll do a telethon for you, and if we can sell 1 million stickers, we'll give you half the proceeds.
Now, Caitlin is. We talked about this 2 weeks ago. You're still coming up for the go-kart stuff, right?
Yeah, just let me know when.
Cool.
All right.
Awesome.
We're gonna have some fun. We're gonna get some more girls in this. I'm gonna get Candace and Katie to come up.
Yeah,
too.
absolutely. Yeah. So we'll do. Yeah, we'll have a girl power go-kart kamikaze weekend.
Oh no. I'll be in that.
That was actually one of the complaints they had, that there were no girls
females
out there racing.
Oh yeah, wow.
I was surprised too, but none of them showed up. So.
Well, we'll organize something cool and do it. Maybe something to kick off the first of the year.
So I was also kind of thrown together, so now it's more organized. We can get the word out a lot sooner. So
Exactly.
yeah.
Exactly.
That'd be great.
Yay!
Anything else you got for us, Caitlin?
I think that's all. And I'll give you a recap of how the race goes next week.
All right.
Sounds good.
And we'll be watching for you.
Ooh, I know what I need to send her.
What's that?
My 007 sunglasses.
Oh yeah.
Yes, you do.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
I don't know if you ever heard of me talk about those. They're the sunglasses that has the camera and microphone built into them.
Oh wow.
And when if you're racing during the daytime, it's good. You got sunglasses, and you can be able to watch everything out in front of you and catch it all on video too.
Perfect.
Really neat.
Hey, I think you need to invent some that has like this little laser on them too, where you can like laser the car in front of you.
Just detonate. There you go.
Just
Get out of my way.
Taser the tires. There you go.
By the way, I did hear that NASCAR has put a taser ankle bracelet on Kyle Busch for this weekend, and when he gets out of whack, they're just going to taser him in the car.
Who is that? Oh, that's Terry.
Someone's ringing.
I was going to say, that wasn't our phone.
Sorry about that, guys. I should have turned
No,
it
you're
off.
good. So it just didn't sound familiar.
Sorry.
All right. Well, we'll go ahead and let you go.
Oh, I think that was that is probably my little Candace Muzny friend right there.
Oh.
She heard about that from Katie,
Yeah.
I bet.
Probably.
Oh, goodness.
Sorry.
All right, Caitlin, we will talk to you next week.
Thank you so much. I'll look forward to it.
All right, good luck.
Good luck, girl.
Good
Go
girl.
get them. Cool. She's a good girl.
Yeah, she's very smart. She's always fun to talk to.
Yeah. And she has to put up with Michael Watrop.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Big effort involved.
And she's got Mario Goslin teaching her. I mean, that's a
I
big
know.
name.
I know. It's good. Well, she's going to do well. She'll be
Oh, yeah.
fine.
Oh yeah.
Super duper.
Our next guest to interview,
Yes.
you will do,
Okay.
is her.
Oh.
Oh my
We get to
gosh.
interview Terry. So everybody will learn something about her that's on here tonight.
Uh-oh. Here we go. This is real trouble. This is trouble.
Well.
So I'm not going to talk about my personal life.
Oh. Okay. All right.
We're just here to talk racing anyway.
Exactly. Exactly.
Oh. So what did we get all this up here for today?
Oh, this is just some of my new T-shirt designs that we're going to launch here in the next couple of weeks. Dangerous Curve Society. It's a spin-off of my book, but it's my cool T-shirt designs.
Okay.
And this is just some printouts. This is the racing stuff, and so I've worked pretty hard getting this all put together, and it's just time to pull the hammer. We've kind of waited on doing this because the economy's been in such a dumpster,
Yeah.
and we didn't want to use our goodwill up in promoting it.
The wrong time. And
Sure.
Yeah.
And
Christmas
it's
is getting ready to come up.
There you go.
right
Sure, and everybody
corner,
can
and people are
afford
going to spend the money
one
somewhere.
T-shirt. Exactly.
And everybody's been telling her on Facebook, "Hey, I want one of these. I want one of those." So
Right. Cool. And we're also going to do we're re-editing my book and adding some things to it, and we're going to have it up as an e-book and a Kindle and iBook too, and we're going to have that up and going for Christmas too. So
Awesome.
hopefully we can make a couple of $1 million during Christmas holidays to
There you
sponsor
go.
our race team.
That'd be perfect. There you go.
I know, it's crazy.
So buy some books.
Buy books and T-shirts.
there you go. Now, Terry, we know about you here, but
Sure.
there are a lot of people out there that don't know your roots in racing.
Yes.
Because
Yeah.
we know your father raced.
Sure.
So go ahead, give us a little brief synopsis. In your case, it's probably going to be a good size one.
Yeah, actually they can go to my website, goterriogo.com, and the whole racing report's on there. But yeah, this, I come from Mississippi, northeast Mississippi, Corinth, Memphis, Tennessee. So I grew up in a little area that was kind of a hotbed for auto racing. And, but actually the state of Mississippi has hundreds of racetracks. It's crazy. Everything from karts to midgets even, sprint cars, late models, jalopies, you name it.
Lawnmowers.
Lawnmowers. My next door neighbor races lawnmowers. It's crazy.
The mud bogs.
But my father raced stock cars early on, and then moved into the midgets and stuff. And he raced in Nashville, Birmingham, and he and my dad and Marty Robbins were good friends. So I grew up in this crazy world. And by the time I got old enough, I was racing karts, worked my way through karting. Out on the national level, won some national championships. Lake Speed was I was his little protege.
Nice.
And, right. And so we traveled around all over the United States racing karts. Scott Pruitt, I was the Scott Pruitt era, and Scott Goodyear that's on ABC. We were all like running buddies, and just kind of got some opportunities to run some midgets on a national level. Won a national championship in midgets. Run sprint cars all through the years, all over America. Went to California. Spent a lot of time in California racing sprint cars.
It's big down there. I know that.
Yeah, it's huge. And my home track was West Memphis, Arkansas, which is where Sammy Swindell and all those came. So it was cutthroat. And you had to really get after it. Exactly. But so set some track records, won some races. Went to California and raced, won, and then because of Lake Speed, he'd moved into doing the Sprint Cup, Winston Cup thing, and I wanted to give it a shot, and he offered to help me. So, just ultimately in the end of the 80s and into the early 90s, he helped me, and we put a cup deal together with Mr. Dunleavy here in Richmond, and I did the Goodrich 500 for him, and just really tried to work on some other stuff, and ultimately that all kind of fell through. I moved to Charlotte, started an apparel company for the female race fans. Yeah. And now then we're back in it, and we put an American Le Mans sports car team together, all female driving team.
Nice.
Catherine Legg from the UK is going to come over. We're going to co-drive, and actually we're going to have a little development deal, and we're going to have Candace Muzny and Katie Hagar is going to get involved with that, and we're pretty excited about getting them involved. And we're working on a little TV show to kind of chronicle it. And kind of
like a reality show.
It'll be a reality show, and of course, but between the two characters, Katie and Candace, it will definitely be a reality show.
Yes.
Sorry about that, girls. But we just want to show what it takes to put a team together, the drama behind the scenes of sponsorship, testing, training, family dynamics. It's a little different for women in the sport than it is for boys. The curve of trying to make it work is more difficult. And we want to show all those things. We don't have fun with it. Fashion, food, travel, racing, and a guy named Dick Barber is heading up the team. And Dick has won. Right, he's won the 24 Hours of Le Mans. Mm-hmm. And but we're also have thrown into our proposal to sponsors the opportunity for Candace, Katie, and I. And this is the first they've heard of this, is to put a 3-car ARCA deal together for Daytona.
Oh, wow.
Under the RevX Rubbins Racing banner. Nice. And we got a couple of sponsors that are really interested. They weren't interested in the American Le Mans team, but they were interested in some stock cars, so we threw that package out. So we're going to see what happens, and maybe to be 3 hot pink, hot chick racers
there you
going
go.
for the lead, and we're going to take Danica out.
Awesome.
She's done. She's history. First lap, you're out, girl. But that's kind of it. Just kind of working on all my projects, and
very busy. And
Roger's, he's my buddy and helps me do things, especially the internet stuff, which that's his forte. But we're just really busy. And the name of our American Le Mans team is RevX. Rev Extreme, so it's kind of cool.
Now, what kind of car is it going to be?
It's a LMPC prototype car.
A prototype. Okay.
Right. And the reason we're going to do the LMPC class is that it's really more economical to do it. And a lot of the other teams that were in the full-blown prototypes will come back and run this class. Adrian Fernandez, the IndyCar guy, is formed his own team, and because those cars were just insanely expensive to run for the value that you got back from it. But the LMPC class is really kind of that whole NASCAR type approach. You still have a very exotic racing machine.
They can all be different,
right?
But at the same time.
But you have these rules you fit under. But everybody has to use the Corvette engine, and you have a tire rule, and then there we are. I mean, the cars are expensive. They're $450,000 a pop still, but because you have the engine, the Corvette engine, $30,000, $40,000 for an engine.
Easily.
Versus
let's go buy a house.
Right, $250,000 for the, and they're reliable, and so that's kind of where we're at. And this is going to be really cool and fun to do that.
I watch those a lot, so I'll definitely be looking for that.
And really, my background in karting was road racing. That's what I grew up doing, and so it's going to be fun to get back at it and kind of resurrect.
Teach the other ones too, whatever.
Yeah, exactly. I've been going to Atlanta doing some testing, and so we're just fired up. We're just trying to put all the dot the I's and cross the T's to make it happen.
To make the time go faster. Come on, hurry up.
Hey, if we were lucky, we'll be down there having some fun watching.
Absolutely, the whole group's going to come down, going to be involved with it. So we're just. We're just keeping our fingers crossed that everything goes well, nothing crashes out, and we get going. Actually, we're working with a guy who it's sponsorship123.com if people want to go onto it. He's the one who's putting the marketing package on this. And Roger, we're all working on stuff too, but Robert up in Indianapolis has really been a really positive influence on this project. And so we'll see.
Awesome.
We got the doors open at Oprah to kind of walk through, and we're hoping that she's going to get more involved.
Yeah.
And so who knows? We may have Oprah duct taped to the hood of a race car. Going down the Muzny straight at Le Mans at 2:30. So we'll see. Or Daytona.
Yeah, so does that mean y'all going to be running the 24 hours of Daytona?
No, we're not going to do the 24 hours of Daytona because the American Le Mans Series and the NASCAR owned Daytona Prototype Series are a competing series.
Okay.
And it's the race cars. Now, if we were running the GT class like with the
just regular
Porsches, we might consider it. But because our cars are so individually styled for that LMPC class, nothing transfers over to do it. And plus, Le Mans competes. The American Le Mans Series competes with the Daytona boys. And it's a little bad blood, and then you can't serve two masters, as I was told.
Makes it fun.
Right. But the 24 hours of Le Mans is definitely on the table if we can get the funding for that.
Oh yeah.
And we'll probably just do a Porsche GT car over there.
That's been one of my dreams to hopefully get done.
I know. And Dick Barber's won that race 3 times. Yeah. It's crazy that this guy's had some
good person to have.
I know.
Have in your back pocket there.
He's a bear. I love him. He's a teddy bear. Wow. So anyway, that's kind of what we're doing. We're very, very busy, and wouldn't have it any other way. And just trying to survive the economy. Because everything that we do
that's the biggest part
has been involved with the economy.
Yeah.
And book sales, T-shirt sales, sponsorship for race teams. But you just keep plugging. It's like Katie was saying. You just keep, get your knife out, and make the call.
Exactly.
So anyway, that's kind of what we're doing.
It definitely sounds very busy. A lot of good things, though.
It's fun.
Things. I can't wait to see all that.
Yeah. Groovy. So that's about it.
Well,
So what about you? What are you up to?
Right now, just working.
Yeah.
Not a whole lot else going on. Kind of, we just not pieced together, but I got a call from Mary Dixon. She told me we're going to try to do the whole thing with a website she started up.
Right. What is that website? I'm trying to remember.
It's American.
Yeah, Mary, if you listen to us, what's the name of your website?
I know it's American. She's going to hate me for that.
Yeah.
It's all American stuff, and she wants to get me involved in that. Basically, getting anyone I can that's interested to help me out involved. Send me your email address and permission saying you want to help out, and then I'll hand it to Mary, and she'll give you updates, and they'll send out emails to tell you how everything works. And,
sure.
It's a new process. So she just told me yesterday, so I'm trying to figure it out now. And,
right.
We'll see how that goes. Other than that, just kind of waiting to see what pops up. I guess.
I know. Mary's a good girl.
Yes,
she's a hard worker, and
yes.
she's a networking guru.
She's fun to talk to. I like her a lot.
Yeah,
so
she's cool.
I'm glad she's willing to help me out.
Right.
I'll take any help I can get. So.
I'm telling you. I think the thing that I think one of the missing links to the fan base, and not only the fan base, the motorsports fan base, but the pop culture fan base, is the degree of difficulty involved with the sport. This whole marketing and sponsorship thing, it's a black science. It's really, and it's kind of like if you let it slip 1 second, somebody seizes the day on you. So it's tough.
And
it's tough.
Like I mentioned last week, the biggest thing I have is I don't have that resume that everybody else has.
Right.
So I have the knowledge. I know how to do everything. I have the ability to do it all. I just don't have the proof. Like
Sure.
nothing on paper saying, "Hey, this is what I've done or
Sure.
what I can do." So
Sure.
if a lot of sponsors, if they don't see that, they're not going to even be interested. Not going to waste the time. So
Right.
That's why I'm glad I'm really glad she's helped me out. It's definitely better than nothing at all. So.
Well, yeah,
huge.
Right. It's the chicken and egg thing.
Yeah.
What comes first, and obviously it'd be nice to kind of let them happen at the same time.
Of course,
and that happens a lot. Sometimes it does happen that way. Sometimes you do get the chicken and egg at the same time. But yeah, you got to build that resume up. And then how do you do that? How do you do that? Money.
Exactly. Money, you get the card, and you go out and show everyone what you can do, and then people start noticing, and it just goes from there. But
right.
I'm plenty patient, so it's whatever comes up. I already told Roger, he asked me what I'd like to drive. Anything at this point. It does not
It's got
matter.
a steering wheel and tires.
Exactly.
Driving it.
I told Faith I'd drive a golf cart.
Hey, maybe we can start the NASCAR golf cart series.
So
it's true.
That would be awesome. I thought about that.
I know. Because everybody, hey, look, I think
you can get those golf carts moving.
I know. And they do that at the racetrack sometimes, too.
And I did just find out that the AIK, where we did the charity race, they started doing league races there. So, and even that, just to keep my, hone your skills, this reflex and stuff like that, doing that on the side, just start get involved with the league there and see how it goes there. And,
sure.
That's still something if you win that.
Sure. Absolutely. Absolutely.
So, and I found that out from Hudson Hall, so I gotta go check that out.
The fabulous Hudson Hall.
Fabulous.
Yeah, go Hudson. Absolutely.
Yeah. So
well, the thing about it, and this is a point that we're going to address this issue on our little TV show.
Okay.
It's the sponsorship thing, and it's about people say, "Oh, just go get you a car and get out there."
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Sure.
We'll just go down here to Walmart and we'll just get us a car, or we'll just go down to the sports store and get us a car. Well, you can go get a set of golf clubs, or you can go get a tennis racket, and you go do your gig.
We have Johanna Long on the line with us now. Hello, Johanna. How are you doing tonight?
I'm good. How are you?
We're cranking along. We're definitely cutting up some laps on here.
Working on it.
Now, you're new to us. We've not talked to you before, I don't think.
I don't believe so. I wouldn't hear.
But do this for us. Do a short little resume so people that are listening and watching can know a little bit more about yourself.
Well, I started racing when I was 8 years old. I've been around racing since I was 5, and I started racing go-karts when I was 8. I raced go-karts for 4 years, and then we wanted to move to a little bit bigger car, and I moved to a legend car. We didn't know too much about the legend cars because my dad was a big late model racer. So I just started testing and practicing late models, and then I've been racing late models for 4 years, and now I'm starting to tiptoe into the NASCAR Truck Series.
Yeah, I was rather happy to hear that you had qualified ninth.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I really couldn't qualify, Ryan. We had a really good practice run. We just wish we could have finished out the race.
Yeah, Demi had told me that apparently you got your tires broke loose or something, and somebody wound up cutting a tire for you, and next thing you know, you're going loop-de-loop, I think it was.
Yeah, I saw that.
By the way, we got Terry O'Connell and Steve Durbin also in here with me. I don't know if you're able to watch online or not. but you could catch the video of all of us.
Hello, Johanna. How are you? This is Terry.
Hey, how are you?
I'm great. Great. Yeah, we're very proud of you. You really showed yourself well this past weekend, and we're pulling for you, girl. We want you to make it.
Thank you so much. That means a lot.
And I did notice, so and I'm Steven, by the way. I was watching the whole truck race. I saw you qualified ninth, and just bad luck there. But you did put on a good showing, though.
And I like that they were giving you the kudos for being the top qualifying female in a long time.
Yeah. Since
I think it was Aaron Crocker.
Right.
Back I think what, in the 90s.
Something like that, yeah. It's been a while.
Well, it's the early 2000s.
Early, yeah.
Right.
02, 03,
right, early 2000s.
Well, I was trying to make it sound better.
I know.
It's still a long time, though.
Yeah, really.
8 to 9 years.
Hey, Johanna, I think I might have missed the little intro part there. Tell us a little bit about how you put the funding together for this project, because the people are always very interested in how you were able to make this happen.
Well, right now, my family took a big step in me and given me this opportunity, and we can only go so far, so we're out there looking for sponsorship just like everyone else, and hopefully one day someone will take a chance in me, and hopefully I'll get the opportunity like my family gave me.
Well, you got a big step out of the way by getting on, on the track and putting on, the good show that you did. So that'll help. It should help some. A lot.
Yeah, a lot of as we call it, FaceTime, being able to get in front of the cameras and getting a lot of interviews. That's where you need to do if when things go wrong, but at least being out there and getting everybody to see you and know who you are.
Absolutely.
Johanna, we got a quick question from the chat room. Are you doing the snowball derby this year?
Yes, I am. I'm going to run the snowflake and the snowball this year. That's I think it's like just a mile off the road from my house, so we'll definitely be there.
Awesome.
Now you're what, down in Florida?
Yeah.
Yep, in full Florida.
Oh goodness.
I grew up at that track.
Absolutely.
I love that track.
Absolutely. Well, are you familiar with a girl by the name of Karen Pistone?
No, I haven't.
I'm going to hook you up with her. She actually has a racing blog called racinggal.com, and she lives in Orlando, and she is a good chick. She's a cool girl, and she works for the Orlando Sentinel too. So I'm gonna hook you up with her. I'll send you some information via Facebook, and because she'll be a great ally for you down there.
Yeah, I'd love to talk to her.
Cool beans.
What else you got going that you're looking for that you think you've got planned coming up?
Well, we're going to have just 3 more races this year. I'm going to run Homestead on the last race in the Truck Series, and then I'm going to go back to the home track and run some late model race, snowflake and the snowball.
Yep. Now, are you using somebody else's trucks, or how's that going about?
Well, right now we have 2 trucks of our own, so we're going to run that for Homestead.
That's another kudos to have your own trucks and being able to put it up front like that.
Exactly.
Absolutely. So, who from the engineering standpoint and the crew chief standpoint, who have you got working on your car with you? Because that's a big part of it.
Yeah, definitely. I have an awesome crew chief. His name is Cowboy Starlin. Everyone knows him as Cowboy, but it's Kevin Starlin. But he's an awesome. He's been the crew chief with me when I was with the Philip Blue truck. So he's been with me since I've been in the truck series. So he's an awesome guy.
That's good.
Absolutely. You got to keep that car hooked up. That's the thing.
Exactly.
You got to keep it mojoing.
Oh yeah.
It's the truth. Cool.
Now, have you heard at all if Stephen Wallace or Kyle Busch are going to be down there for the snowball or snowflake?
No, I haven't. I don't think they're going to be here this year. I know Kyle's going to be doing the banquet with the NASCAR stuff, so I don't think he's going to be able to make it this year.
Oh, I was hoping you go show him how it's done.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
A lot of guys out there, that's for sure. That's really good at short tracks.
Oh yeah, definitely. That's one of the biggest races of the year. Nobody, a lot of people don't even know about it, but all the racers have heard of it, know about it, or they try to go to it. So a lot of big names go there. So that's good. You're running both of them.
Yeah, I'm really excited about it. Like, this is my second year running both of them this year, so hopefully we can get better finishes in them and see what we come up with in the end.
Absolutely. For all the fans out there who don't really know how to separate the snowflake from the snowball, can you kind of give us up to speed account on what the two differences are?
Well, it's the same. It's the same car. It's a late model, and it's just different in the motor. The motor in the snowflake car is only 100 lap race, and it's a crate motor.
Right.
And the Sunday race is called the Snowball Derby. It's called a super late model. It's a big motor, and it's a lot faster. So I guess that's how a way I can explain it.
Isn't the snowflake also a little less laps? Fewer laps.
Snowflake is 100 laps, and then the Snowball Derby is 300.
Yeah, that's what I
Right.
thought.
There you go. That's what
There you go. Absolutely. That's what we're talking about.
300
Short
laps.
track and a lot of laps.
That's it. That's
That's
it.
a lot of laps around 5 flags.
And by the way, I think they are going to let you put bear grease on your front bumper this year, just in your rear bumper too, because obviously you're going to need that as well.
Oh.
Yeah.
Hey, maybe what you need to do is get you a squirt bottle with some trick fluid in it, and when somebody gets to beating on your back bumper, just wave them up beside of you and squirt them good.
Heck, get a
that'd be
paintball
good.
gun.
Yeah, exactly.
Get a paintball gun.
Get a paintball gun. That's right. Exactly. And maybe like one of those James Bond things that pop out on your hub, to where you can just
Split oil.
Yeah, exactly.
Slice the tire down.
Slice the
Slice
tire.
tire down, put oil on track.
Exactly. I know Kyle Busch has one.
Oh yes,
I'm just
that's
saying.
I should have never said anything about the James Bond glasses, because now
I
you
know.
guys
Should've.
are going crazy.
Oh, I know.
You put it
I
on
know.
mine.
So funny.
Bad example. Shame on
Exactly.
me.
Hey, everybody's looking for the advantage.
Yes.
Exactly. Cool.
If you can get away with it, go for it.
Gray, gray area, love it. Everybody loves the gray area.
Hey, Johanna, just to kind of being curious here, from the sponsorship standpoint, are you working with a marketing group or someone who's helping you kind of market yourself, or are you and your family kind of going out that door on your own?
Well, we have a bunch of people looking right now, and we're doing it on our own, and we have a lot of people looking for us and trying to help us out, and we're doing the best we can right now, and hopefully something will come on about.
Well, at least you have a lot of people looking. I mean, willing to help. That's
Gotta
Absolutely.
get out there and beat the
Huge.
bushes, as they say.
yes.
Absolutely. Absolutely. It's the marketing and sponsorship hunt is actually just as aggressive as the racing is. And you got to have the funding before you do the racing.
It's the hard part, that's for sure.
It really is. It really is.
So now, do y'all have your race shop down in Florida also, or do you have it up here with everybody else in Carolina?
Well, our late model shop's down here in Pensacola, and the trucks stay here in Pensacola too, but right now they're in North Carolina getting ready for Homestead, and then they'll head down to Homestead next week, and the trucks will be back here in Pensacola after that.
Cool. Well, can Raj and I come in and make a few laps sometime just to play?
Come on ahead.
We'll have a play day. That's what we'll do.
There we go. I'll have a lot of left side weight.
That's it. That's it.
It turned good.
It turns real good that way.
Exactly.
That's why the late model did so good.
That's true. That's true. Well, we are very excited for you. It's always to see anyone with talent, whether it's male or female, but especially girls who break into the sport, who's actually got the grassroots talent to take you to the next level. And you proved that last weekend by putting that thing there in ninth place.
On your own.
On your own
team.
your own team. It really is a testament for the whole of the team.
You can pretend like you're the little Tony Stewart of truck racing. Everybody's telling him, no, you ain't going to be able to do squat, and then look what they
Exactly.
do. So,
Exactly.
you show them how it's done, girl.
I have a lot to learn, that's for sure, and I am working on my weak points, and hopefully that will help me out, and I can get a little bit better. I have a lot to learn.
That's true. That's true. So you made a statement there. I'm gonna follow up with. You talk about your weak points. Where do you see your weak points? What are your positives and your negatives right now, and how are you going to overcome those negatives?
Well, I've always been able to go faster through laps, so it hasn't been a problem for me. It was qualifying, and the thing that I really have a problem is like the restarts and the start in the race. That's been my weak points, and that's really bad to say, but that's always been my problem when I was a little girl, to racing everything that I've raced all my life, and that's been my hard part. I've been on dirt tracks this past week, just getting used to everything, and hoping that will help me out.
Absolutely, absolutely. Well, the more comfortable you become in the race car, the more aggressive you're going to become on your restarts and things like that. But it really is really a tripping point for a lot of people. Even I see Jeff Gordon these days having troubles with these aggressive restarts. So
it's just a lot different than what I'm used to. The racing is a lot more challenger.
Sure.
And it's just something different, and I just have to get used to it.
Well, you're going to get it. You're on it.
Hey Johanna, we got a question and a comment on our little chat room we have. Karen says she is working on a piece for you on you for Tony Stewart this week. So just kind of a little FYI for you.
Oh, thanks.
And do you have a Facebook fan page?
Yes, I do. Just go to Johanna Long's fan page, official fan page, I think it is, and then I have a Twitter too, on twitter.com/Johanna Long.
Awesome.
So please follow me.
That's right.
Yeah, a few people were asking, so we're letting them know you do have one and where it's at.
That's right. Follow her on Facebook and on the racetrack.
Yes. I will definitely be doing that.
Absolutely.
Anyone we talk to, I always watch them. I watch anyways, so might as well cheer for somebody I know. Especially if it's one of the females trying to get into it, because that's the hardest thing to do, I think.
It is. It's very hard. Just keep on plugging along.
That's it. Absolutely. Well, anything we can do to help you, we're going to do it for sure.
Thank you so
Keep
much.
your name out there, and not all media is good media, but our media is good media.
Thank you.
That's right.
Now,
That's right.
I'm curious. Going back to Pensacola, have you ever you know a name Wayne Niedecken Jr.?
Oh yes, I know him. Good.
Okay.
My dad and him are really good friends.
Awesome.
Wow.
Well, there you go. So that was kind of like my protege growing up. We lived next door to him. My dad built his car, so I was always around him. I haven't been down there in years, so I figured at least you need to look him up if you didn't know him already. So.
Right.
I know him. I live right around the racetrack and see him almost every weekend.
Yeah, he doesn't like to stay away from the track.
Yeah.
Oh wow. Look him up.
Well, you got some sponsors you want to thank, because we're going to get ready to kick over to our next couple of guests we have.
Well, I just want to thank all the listeners out there, and hopefully y'all follow me on Facebook and Twitter, and visit my website also. And I just want to thank all the fans and everyone that's listening, and my family definitely, and just thanks for getting me here.
Yeah, well, we enjoyed having you on here. Too bad you aren't closer. We'd get you up here for a charity race we're having in January and some go-karts.
Oh, she got that.
Did you catch that, Joanna?
I said, oh, that would have been awesome. I wish I could.
Oh, it cut out then.
Okay, phone cut out on us. All right. All right, well, you have a good night, and we will get back up with you another time.
All right, thank you.
All righty, bye-bye.
Have a good night.
Who we got, Raj?
They told me they weren't together.
They're together. I knew they were
I
together.
tell you,
Katie came home. So.
Katie came home.
Is that a story that we're going to see on the screen
That's
somewhere?
a long, tall tale, I'm sure.
Oh, it's like an old Yeller thing or something. Katie
Yeah,
came home.
Katie came home.
Okay, we've got Katie Hagar and Candace Muzny on the line with us now. They're doing a duo.
How's everybody doing tonight?
Wonderful.
We're better now that you've called in. We're in good shape. Absolutely.
You, Carrie.
Hey, girls.
Hey.
Oh, God, it's going to be one of those nights.
Oh, my God, I know. Let's tell Tony Stewart stories. Yay!
Oh, no.
No.
It got quiet now.
I know, it's quiet. It's okay. The reason I say that, we got Karen on the chat room in there, and she heads up Tony's Smokies. So
Oh, cool.
yeah, she's cool. She's a cool chick. Hey, Karen. So what's going on, girls? What's happening? What's the latest?
Oh, not much. How are you?
I'm groovy.
Yeah, you staying busy, I'm sure.
Busy, crazy, out of control, dangerous curves, busy.
I love the off season for that.
I know. We're revving up.
Roger, you don't know what to do with all these girls on the line, do you?
I can handle it.
Oh, he talks big. We'll see. We'll see. Cool beans.
Hey, now I got both of them. We should have... You guys like doing charity racing
Yeah, for sure.
in go-karts?
Oh, hell yeah.
All right,
Oh,
January,
there you go.
we're going to get back up with both of y'all, and we'll invite you guys up here to the AIK Kart Racing Center. We're going to have a charity race up here, and we're going to get you and Terry, and let's see, who else are we going to? Oh, Caitlin Shaw. Get you guys all together on one team.
Oh yeah.
Wow.
What do you think about that?
Yeah, that sounds good. I came up from go-karts, so hopefully it'll come back to me.
Yeah. Hey girls, I got everybody a taser that we can use during the race too.
Hey, that's awesome.
We'll just come up and taser the boys when they get up there to us.
We know how to use the bumper.
That's right. Absolutely. So, Katie,
Yeah.
what's going on? How did the Columbine go? Kind of get us up to speed on that. What happened?
It was pretty good. Actually, we had a really large selective group this year. We had over, I think, 36 drivers.
Wow.
Yeah, there's a lot of talent there this year, and I kind of felt like a little bit of a veteran going into the whole thing just because I knew a little bit of what to expect. We had some great media training. I raced for Revolution Racing this year, as you know. So part of the diversity program, they were preparing us well with the media training side of it. So a course of the Combine that was part of one of the things that they wanted us to partake in was a media training and on-track assessment and a physical agility test as well. So it was good. It was successful.
Cool beans. Absolutely. Absolutely. Well, we were curious on how that went down. I haven't really got to talk to you since you went and did that. So
Yeah.
we're keeping our fingers crossed. And, you know, obviously for the fans out there, Katie and Candace and I are involved with a little thing called RevX Motorsports for some the American Le Mans Sports Car Series that we're working on. And breaking news is that we're also thinking about doing a 3-car ARCA deal for the 3 of us at Daytona. So keep your fingers crossed.
That's,
Yeah.
nice. That's good news that we like to hear. That's the good news you're bringing us today.
Yeah, baby.
Surprise.
That's it. So we're working on it. We just kind of put that in the
Oh, that would be awesome.
chopper. Yeah.
Opportunity. Thank you.
Well, we'll see. You know, we'll have 3 matching cars out there going for the lead.
Awesome.
That's it. And we'll have to flip to see who wins.
No flipping.
No flipping.
No flipping.
Flipping
Sorry.
is bad for the thing.
Wrong word to use at
Wrong word. I'm sorry. We'll go back. Put that back in there. Get that back.
You can toss a coin.
We'll toss a coin.
Draw straws.
Draw
something.
straws.
I know. But yeah, we're just we're working hard on that, and the little RevX deal and the TV show. We're progressing. In fact, Kenny, the producer Kenny in LA had a couple of meetings today, and it's we're moving right along. So we'll see.
That is so good to hear. That's awesome.
I know.
Is there anything we can do to help out? You know, I think it's going to be a great opportunity for us, but as well as for people to jump on board. You know, to have 3 females in one series, as you know, at one track at the time. That's phenomenal.
It's cool. It's
Time
cool.
to make a big statement,
That's it.
basically. Yep.
That's it. Absolutely. And not only 3 females, but 3 world-class driving talent females.
Yes.
Let's be very specific about that.
Okay, cool.
World-class driving females.
That's the PR side of it.
That's the PR side. That's it. So, Candace,
Yes, ma'am.
guess what?
What?
I saw your new Facebook picture.
Oh, yeah?
Hey, how cool is that?
It was cool. I finally had done that photo shoot. I haven't really released any of the other photos just because I'm kind of, you know, revamping my whole website, and I'm going to be getting that under construction this next week, and so I was going to kind of release those photos with that and with the new marketing layout. So
Sure.
I'm actually leaving out of town tomorrow, hopefully have some meetings. So I've
Good.
just been head first into this marketing thing. You know, it's so hard when you're racing every, you know, week in and week out, and
Right.
I have my own, you know, team. It just kind of consumes you during the racing year. So it's been kind of an adventurous and learning everything, and also just kind of getting to know some really new, cool people and some women here in Charlotte that own their own businesses. And it's kind of been pleasurable just to be around other females that aren't in racing and, you know, around, you know, guys, no offense, all the time. So it's kind of, it's been cool, and I really enjoyed it, and I hope that everything pans out well, and that, you know, hopefully everybody will see the new latest website and the new photos here real soon.
That's right. The latest and the greatest.
Now, don't take this the wrong way. Why haven't you gone to GoDaddy and tag them?
I'm not, I'm kind of, I think the world of them. If they want to bring me on board, absolutely. But I'm kind of going after the more family-oriented sponsors, just because I love the kids and I have such a good time doing all that kind of charity work and going to schools and churches, and so that's not, really kind of the image that I'm after. However, I do like to be a sexy woman because I feel that I am, but I kind of, like to do more of the family-oriented things. So, I mean, hey, if they want to bring me on board, I'm all for it. But as of the direction that I'm trying to go is more kind of family, friendly, and the fact that I don't want to exclude anybody from being able to get on my car.
Absolutely. That's a conversation the three of us have had, Katie and you and I.
Yes.
And because it's really easy to go do the TNA thing.
Yes, right.
It's really easy to do that, as we've seen Danica do.
Yes.
No pun intended.
We meant to ask them. Oh, go ahead and finish.
Anyway, long story short, it's harder to present yourself past that TNA thing, and let your personality and your driving talent and your marketability, because of those two things, speak for themselves. So it's really good to hear that, and it's really good to say those things out loud, because it really rubs off and people start to identify with that.
I think it's important that...
Did we lose her?
What? You still there?
Hello?
Hey.
There you go.
Okay, click back on. I don't know why, but our phones both just went dead. Went dead.
Huh.
Okay.
One of the phones went dead.
Wow, hold on.
Oh, hold on.
We still got you.
We are on hold.
Well, one of the things that is a conversation that we've had.
Yeah.
It's when
It's a good one to have.
It's one of the things that we've kind of had to stick to our guns on, the producers in LA, because you look at the Housewives of DC, LA, all the stuff that's on Bravo. It's really pretty insane. And as I don't know how the fans know, but NASCAR did turn down the NASCAR Wives show that they were offered and they filmed, because Discovery Channel came back to them and wanted them to jazz it up. More confrontation, more TNA.
Yeah.
On and on and on. Well, that's not our sport.
Yeah, that's not what we do.
It's not our sport, and it's not.
And I don't think it's the wives. I don't think the wives wanted to even mess with that.
No, because it's really that's them calling back. But that's really.
Katie's calling in on her cell phone.
Oh, great, good deal. I think Roger's got her there.
Yeah, I think he's got it.
So anyway, that's kind of one of the things you really have to evaluate who you are, what your standards are.
Don't let anyone change it.
Right, you don't want to change it. Are you going to kick them in there?
There we go. We got both of them back on again.
Hey, y'all.
Right, I'm back. I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. So anyway, we were just talking about the aspect of you really trying to go in family friendly on the marketing aspect, and that's a conversation we've all had going forward with our RevX team. And if you want to evaluate a little bit more on that and kind of bring us up to speed, how difficult it is to kind of stay focused on that aspect of who you are.
Well, I just think it's important that, all the female race car drivers that are out there today, that they aim for a potential sponsor that clearly markets themselves. In other words, I think it's important, like myself, I'm an athlete, and some of the things that I like to target on personally are, a lot of fitness stuff. Nike, fitness things. I like to work out. That's obviously something important that you got to do to maintain to be, a good driver and whatnot. And I just think that it's important that they don't limit themselves to potential sponsors. However, targeting the ones that would represent them and that you could represent, in the same way.
Absolutely. I was telling, I don't know if you guys heard, but that's been one of the things that we had to really stick to our guns on when trying to sell this TV show. And because some of the producers and some of the networks that we've dealt with have wanted to more confrontation, more salacious stories, that whole Housewives of DC thing, but we can't do that. That's not who we are, and that's not what our sport's about.
I would not put it past them to probably say, hey, why don't y'all do a cat fight?
Oh, they've already come back.
Yeah,
They've already come back to us wanting more confrontation in the script that we presented to them. It's like, look, there's enough drama already in the sport period.
I think, well, the bad part is that you got the three of y'all that are working together and are working together good as a team, which is the way it should. And what you need to actually do is talk to other people if you want to generate confrontation, that's who you got to do it with.
Exactly.
You know, the Jeff and Jeff show, you know?
Yeah.
Well, exactly, you know. There's going to be enough drama on just putting the package together to be on the racetrack. You know, just the stresses, the everyday stresses of trying not to wreck a $500,000 race car. Mm-hmm. Thank you very much. But also just, you know, dealing with sponsors, dealing with family dynamics, as y'all both know. And but fans, crew members, you know, it's just all those things that, because this is a high intensity sport, there's a lot of pressure that comes from all ends of it. So the drama is just naturally built into it. And I think we've gotten past that point with some of these producers, and because you can offer a nice little package for the TV audience that's really about achievement, accomplishment, you know.
If they want to get to real good family-oriented goals.
Sure, exactly. But you know, TV's TV. These people live in a different world than we do sometimes.
Good in our ratings.
Yep.
They do.
Well, it's feminine and still marketable at the same time, which is better.
Exactly.
I don't know about you guys, but I always root for the underdog in anything that I watch, whether it be boxing or any kind of sport. And I'm not saying that we're the underdog, but right now, I mean, with three females coming in, you know, at the same time, I think we definitely have gained our odds, you know, but, you know, I think that at the end of the day, we're going to have plenty to talk about. And I mean, I race week in and week out every weekend, and trust me, there's plenty of drama already there. So, I mean, either drivers or whatever, so I don't think we need to add to the fire.
That's true. You know, Catherine Legg is a part of our team from the UK, and, you know, Catherine has had, you know, I don't know if the fans are not familiar with Catherine, but she was really one of the first females to come in and do the IndyCar series. Yeah. I mean, she's an excellent road racer, and she had one of the most dramatic crashes at Road America that anybody could ever have. But Catherine is a factory Audi driver in the supercar series in Europe, and I hope I don't get her in trouble by saying this, but one of the communications that she and I have constantly is that she is the only female on the Audi team, and because of that, she doesn't always get taken seriously by the engineers or the mechanics. She comes in complaining about the brakes. They think she's just whining. It's a constant pull. So the drama comes from a different aspect of trying to always prove yourself. No matter the results you have, you're still trying to make people believe in you. And so there's plenty of backstory drama just from that concept of being a female race car driver. And as well, Katie and Candace know so well.
Well, I mean, I hear that, but, you know, my crew chief, L.W. Miller, and I, we get along wonderfully. And, I mean, of course, we butt heads every once in a while, and, you know, we've definitely learned each other's lingo and how to communicate better the last 2 years. I mean, when we first started, yeah, it was definitely a huge hurdle and a huge struggle. But this year, we definitely communicated awesome, and, you know, he listened to me, and he listened to what I had to say, and he made, you know, changes on the car according to what I said. So sometimes I went the other way, and, you know, and that's what we went. When we went to practice, we tried different things, and I'm like, well, let's try this, and we knew real quick which one worked, and then we went back either the other way, and usually he does an amazing job setting up my car, so we usually are the fastest the minute we unload. So I've been blessed and fortunate, and I'm thankful and thank God every day that I've been able to be in this situation. So I haven't had that kind of frustration. I hope not to in the future, but you never know.
Absolutely. And that's one of the things that our team under Dick Barber is not going to allow. You know, everything's going to be straight up and straightforward, and top equipment, top engineers, and staying focused on winning a championship. So
I want to thank you, Terry, for this opportunity. I mean, I haven't had a lot of road course experience, so I really want to thank you for this opportunity, and tell you also that I haven't had too many, you know, females in the sport reach out, and it really means a lot to me that you have reached out to Katie and I. I mean, we kind of stick together really, really close, and, you know, it's really a blessing because there's not a lot of us that do, unfortunately, but I really want to tell you thank you from the bottom of my heart for being concerned and really trying for us, because it truly means a lot.
Well, I appreciate that, you know, and, you know, you and I have talked before. It's kind of a mission of mine to do that. It's, you know, giving opportunities and the right opportunity is the key to this whole thing. I mean, Jeff Gordon got the right opportunity at the right team with the right team at the right moment, and we want to see that happen for female racing drivers as well. You know, Danica's a prime example. She was just positioned perfectly. It was the perfect storm for this to happen. It doesn't really happen for a lot of female race car drivers. She's kind of an anomaly, and we want to, instead of it being an anomaly, we want it to be a normality going forward. So, you know, but it's about being with the right team, the right funding, and the right support, and then let talent do what talent does from that point forward. You know.
Sounds good to me.
Yay!
Yay!
Yay! Hey, and now we can go shopping.
No.
Oh.
Hide the credit card.
I said, we can go to South Park, girls. I'll meet you there in 6 hours.
I'm doing my shopping the next couple of days. I don't like shopping too much. I like to get in and get out.
You got it, absolutely. The last time I was at South Park, it was kind of funny. I was there. It's been about 9 months ago. I was there, and I used to work at South Park. I used to sell handbags at Dillard's there. This is
Really?
Oh yeah, exactly. When I moved to Charlotte back in '94, I went and I sold Louis Vuitton, just to let you know, girls. And but anyway, I went over to South Park. It's changed so dramatically, but all the Penske boys were in there walking around shopping when I was in there, and I thought, okay, all right. Absolutely.
Well, I've been up that route. I was a manager at BB for a little while, but I guess that's why I don't like retail anymore.
I know. It will spoil you.
Yeah.
It will do it. Anyway, but the whole South Park Mall is really cool. They've really jazzed that thing up in the last 8 or 9 years. It's cool. So what else, girls? What's happening this weekend? What you got up?
Go ahead, Katie.
Well, not a whole lot going on my end. I've been working on some marketing things that I need to take care of. You know, those are some of the things that some people don't realize on the off season. You know, for us drivers to still continue to work out and, you know, pursue our marketing sponsorship packages and whatnot. And so far for me right now, that's what I'm trying to do. You know, along with doing this deal with you, Terry, wherever you still gotta push forward and keep continuing to update your websites and Facebook stuff, and
Right.
you know, make sure to let your fans, you know, that you're alive and what you're doing, and
That's right.
the other end, tell them
Absolutely.
what your goals and where you're trying to go. So that's
Right.
what I'm doing on my off season.
Absolutely, absolutely. And hopefully some things start kind of coming together the way we want them to in the next 2 or 3 weeks, and we can all kind of group up and have a little moment down in Atlanta, maybe with Dick Barber, and see what we can get going. But we're plugging away. We're just working hard. I'm going to hang out here with Roger for a week or so and work on my T-shirt company, and we're going to try to get my my e-book stuff up where people can get a $9.99 book for Christmas.
That's awesome. I love your designs, girl. I think you knocked it out of the park there.
Oh yeah, they're cool. We got some. We're rocking and rolling. We're going to try to get the motorsport stuff up, and then we'll do the urban stuff after the first of the year, kind of the hip and groovy tribal stuff. Oh yeah, Bob. Hey, by the way, doing really cool new updates and edits on the book, and more controversy.
Really?
It will be available for Christmas. Oh yeah, I'll probably have to move to Costa Rica.
Oh yeah. No, I don't think so. I mean, you got a house. You got a house waiting on you, girl.
I hear ya. Maybe we just have to pull the blinds down.
Yeah, right.
Don't tell them. Don't tell anybody I'm here. Don't do it.
We already told them you're here with me.
I know. It's cool. But no, it's all cool stuff. We're kind of going to clarify some things in the book that my editor didn't really get taken care of. And just a couple of more little stories that I really want to tell. And I actually tell them some really cool go-kart racing stories in there about Lake Speed and Scott Pruitt and all of us back in the day, and some crazy stuff that we did. And one of the craziest things I was asked about a month ago, what was one of the craziest things I ever did in racing. And of course I had to think long and hard about that. Had to make sure. But I got to think about Lake and I used to do this 100-mile go-kart race every day, Labor Day weekend in Columbus, Mississippi. And it was on the Air Force Base down there. And it was a 1-mile road course that they laid out on the thing. And, you know, it was 150 degrees.
Oh, yeah.
You know, but you know it was fun. And it was likely like the American Le Mans series. You had all the different classes that ran at the same time. You had 250 cc's shifter carts running with 100 cc stock Yamahas. So somebody be running 130 miles per hour and somebody be running 60 miles per hour. You know? So it's
the two don't meet.
oh yeah, it's crazy. But one of the craziest thing I ever did, and I still can't believe I did it, was about 2 laps into the 100-lap race around this 1 mile course, my throttle cable broke, and it's like, so you know, of course. Driving a go-kart is hard to drive. A racing car, it's like you got to really drive it with 2 hands. It's so positive steering. So I just thought, well, I'll just lean over there, and I drove the whole go-kart race, giving the throttle with my thumb and driving one-handed, and with my hand laying on the expansion, my arm laying on the expansion chamber, and I won my class. And after it was over on the way home, I looked at myself in the mirror and I said, "You're the craziest person that's ever lived. You did this for a trophy. You've lost your freaking mind." But it was one of the craziest things I've ever did. I'm not going to tell you about us all having to go to jail in Columbus either, but that's a different story.
You have to read it.
For a different day.
You have to read about it.
We were exonerated in the end, but we were not really. We were kind of guilty, but it's kind of fun. So anyway, so girls, what's one of the craziest things you've ever done in our racing?
Well, I was at Urbandale, and honestly, I can't remember the kid's name, but he had it out for me. And I was running a race. I think I got up to like 4th or 6th, which was probably the best I'd done at Urbandale, and he completely took me out right in front of everybody. And so my fiance, that's no longer here, was spotting for me, and he was like, "Go take him out." And I'm like, "Are you serious?" And he's like, "Right now." And I'm like, "Oh, yes, sir."
That's right.
So I took off and I took him out under caution, and I didn't really hurt his car that bad, but he cried about it and was right into NASCAR about me. And Jesse James was my sponsor at the time. I don't know if I can say this, but he's like, "Go give that crybaby bitch his money." I really didn't have the money at the time to pay for this kid, but I've never heard of that in racing in all my born days, about hitting somebody else and then having to pay for their car. That was the first I ever heard of that.
Oh my God, I know.
I went crazy, and everyone stood, and they all knew that he deliberately took me out, and you know, it was time to give payback. And I'm not one to, you know, I don't like to ruffle too many feathers, but I kind of learned being on my own that, you know, you kind of, you know, about the first, second, third time, something's going to happen, and it's going to be me doing it to you. And I just don't like getting pushed around. I don't like being too aggressive, but I also don't like to take anything from anybody else. So that was probably like the craziest moment I've had so far racing.
I hear you, girl. What about you, Katie?
I'm totally saying my craziest moment was actually when I first started racing. My dad got me involved in go-karts when I was about 11 years old, and for some reason it was my first race, my go-karting race ever. And sure enough, for the feature time, pull out, and here I am thinking that I'm actually going to just kind of tail on to the back of the pack, knowing that is my rookie season, first race. Well, needless to say, when I went to go push the gas, I definitely didn't have a throttle, and I pulled out right in front of the leader. And, I mean, he rear-ended me so bad. He was running for the championship. You know, here I am, his first race. Don't even know what the hell I'm doing out there. I get set out in this go-kart that I've never even raced before, and it was just the craziest thing. I felt terrible because I pulled right out in front of him, but I didn't even have the momentum to pull off to the right-hand side like you're supposed to, even if I had it, you know?
I love it. I love it. Hey, that's
That's how you learn.
What is that? Trial by fire?
Yes.
Is that what they call that?
Oh, Jesus.
Absolutely.
The race, the good thing after the race is he came up to me, I was like, geez, I'm sorry about your car. You know, he's all pissed off. That's kind of how usually it goes. And, you know, at the time, I didn't know any different. You know, I was just thinking, oh, geez, you know, I guess I'll have to try it next week, I guess, you know?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
I kind of did that too. I didn't hit anybody, or nobody hit me, but first time in a go-kart, I was on a dirt track.
Right.
I'd never driven on dirt or anything, or even really a go-kart, and my dad threw me out there. I'd go for it, and I'd hit the gas and spun out every turn from the first 5-10 laps. And I was like, okay, no. He sat me down and told me what I had to do. I'm like, okay.
This is a
Didn't know what
gas
was going on.
pedal, and this is a brake.
I turn, it goes around. I don't know what's going on.
Brakes are for wusses.
Oh yes, exactly.
Definitely have to say your learning curves and your learning days are for surely in go-karts.
Oh yeah,
It's true. It's true. Absolutely. Well, those are the great stories because everybody in America who's ever been involved with racing, from karts, quarter midgets up to Indy cars, they have some crazy stories that goes on. I can just imagine what some of the Tony Stewart stories are. Well, I do kind of know some of them. That's beside the point. And but you know, Paul Tracy. I got great Jeff Gordon stories where we used to race in Petaluma, California together all the time. And so they're just stories that people wouldn't believe that you do. And a lot of them are just traveling to the racetrack.
Yeah.
Just trying to get to the frickin' racetrack. It's crazy.
Yeah, I got some good. I came back from my first race. I think it was my first late model race, and ended up with a speeding ticket on the way home. So I thought
Exactly.
at least they said I wasn't slow.
That's exactly right. I love that. That's a great story.
Now, what you should have done is when they pulled you over, and they said they want to see your license.
I tried it.
About that NASCAR license says I'm allowed to speed.
Exactly.
I tried it. They definitely didn't fight for that one, but it's okay. It was a lesson learned and an expensive one at that, and I won't do it again.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's you can say that now. We'll see.
I thought the excuse of I have no sense of speed was going to work, but why not one either?
I know. I hear you, girl. I hear you.
Damned if you do, damned if you don't, I guess. But,
Pretty much.
All right.
I know. Us racers, you know, we have to push the limits from time to time.
Well, I've got lots of good stories too.
I
We just
know.
ain't got the time, that's for sure.
Oh, I know. It's fun. Absolutely. Well, girls, I just love y'all. Y'all are just the coolest two people.
Oh, thank you very much. I appreciate you guys bringing us on tonight. I haven't been on in a while, and it's good to be back.
Well, we'll do more to get you guys back on more often then.
All right, cool. Just give me a shout. I appreciate it.
Okay.
All right, girls, we'll be in touch.
You too.
Stay close. Let me know.
All right.
All right.
Bye-bye, y'all.
Have a good night.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Yay. I love them. They are a hoot, and they're both very talented. They're talented race car drivers, and they're committed. And you know, it's just like what you're trying to do. It's just not an easy sport. So you do have to make a commitment to it that's above and beyond what other people do.
Exactly.
You know, I mean, but it's so rewarding. And the people who are involved with the sport, the fans, the other competitors, that's who we are. You know, we're not satisfied unless we're involved with the sport. So what have we got going on, Raj? What's going on with the chat room?
Oh, somebody was asking me if I was here, so I'm just telling them, yeah, I was.
Absolutely.
See,
There
I'm
you are.
over
See
here.
that? That's cool.
Under money. Yeah.
Under Steve's name. Oh.
Absolutely.
I don't know if y'all mentioned in the first part, but what did you think of the whole Jeff Gordon thing?
I thought it was awesome. You know, it's good to see. First of all, you know, everybody's hyped up and fired up when you're in the race car anyway. And Jeff were not having the kind of day they were looking to have.
Yeah.
And they're just, you know, they're both frustrated because they hadn't had wins, and season's running out. So they're, you know, their brains are in a different mode than the other people are. And
Plus Gordon was right there,
Right.
in the top 5.
Right.
Was still able to catch up,
Right.
maybe. But
right, you know, he was going to get a 4th place in the points. It looked like no matter what. But now
Yeah.
that here he sits. So, but I thought it was, you know, fighting's stupid any way you look at it. but it is part of the sport, and it shows tenacity, and it shows you have fire in your belly to do it. And you know, and Jeff Gordon didn't have the complete picture on what happened according to Jeff Burton, but he was ticked off about it.
He should be.
And he was I mean, look, he wrecked him under caution there.
Yeah.
No matter where you're just going to pull up or not, you still wrecked him under caution. You got to
Yeah.
give me a freaking break. You're professional race car drivers.
Mm-hmm.
And like Jeff Gordon or don't like him or what, you got wrecked under caution. Come on,
Yeah.
give me a break.
Yeah, I mean,
Not even
Jeff
slow,
Burton
they're
stepped
still-
up, said, "Hey, yeah,
Right.
it's my dumbass."
He took it.
You know.
He took it like a man, as they say, or like a human being. I try to say, the whole thing. But I thought it was great for the sport. It's given somebody to talk to. You know, the Stick and Ball boys have been covering it this week, and they both handled it a lot better than what
My guy did.
brother Kyle handled
My guy
his.
did.
Now, what did you think of the number 48 pit crew being jerked, and the 24 crew getting
Oh,
them.
yeah, I forgot about that. They swapped pit crews.
Yeah. How do you feel about that?
And they're going to be doing it for the next 2 races.
Right. Exactly.
I don't think they should have done. Just it's the same team that's been there the last 4
Right.
years. I wouldn't
Right.
separate them. But
I think my opinion on that is, I get their logic on it, but also don't get their logic on it.
if it's not broke, don't fix
Yeah, because you figure right now you're switching the 2 teams.
Right.
What are they going to do if all of a sudden Jeff Gordon's guy,
Right.
the new Jimmy Johnson's old guys,
Right.
start pitting Jeff Gordon faster
Right.
than Jeff Gordon's guys are pitting Jimmy's?
Yeah, and they
They're
haven't
gonna
done
switch
anything
him again?
wrong.
Right. It's a. I think they overreacted, and I get it. I get it from the standpoint of that they want to get a championship for Hendrick Motorsports.
Put everything they got best at it. Got it.
But I think the team you start with on the day is the team you finish the day with. I think there's got to be a rule put in place that you just can't be switching teams around during the middle of the race.
Then they have to put special things. What happens if a guy gets hit by somebody pulling out and smacks him in the
Well, see, you're complicating that, Roger.
But
Well,
I mean,
what's
how many
this
times
Well,
have
that's
you
the
seen
truth.
guys have been hit?
Well, I think you
tires
put a
fall
rule
out?
in there that if it's
Yeah.
an injury or something like that, then you can't
Yeah.
substitute. But you just don't go because your team's not performing. You just can't go say, okay, y'all come over here and do this.
Just like if your race car is not performing, adjust it.
Adjust it.
Pretty much.
Right.
Don't
Don't make
go get
Jeff
another
Gordon
car.
stop. Yeah,
This
just
car's
because your
jumping,
race
try
car's
to-
not working don't mean the other driver
go
right.
pull the other out of the trailer.
But it is what it is. And,
Now you need to give a shout out to Denise because she said she wanted to at least meet a Kyle Busch fan.
Well, yes, Denise, I am a big Kyle Busch fan. I followed him for years, and ever since he started, pretty much in the whole NASCAR thing. I never heard about him, coming up through it. But as soon as I saw him, it was just kind of there. Didn't really stick out. And then I saw him make a save in Atlanta. I've never seen. It was just ridiculous.
Right.
The right rear tire blew out and just went straight sideways, caught it at full speed, didn't hit anything. He drove the whole thing, and I'd watched drivers for driving.
Sure.
That got me right there with him, and that was before he wasn't a hothead then. Nobody really knew who he was, and I just watched him for a few years, and he was just doing good driving.
Absolutely.
You had to break into being a hothead, right?
Yeah,
That's
well,
right.
then everyone started not liking him because of it. He got his aggressive
Right.
style came out.
Right. I love Kyle Busch. I really appreciate him, and I don't have a problem with his fieriness. But he did go over the line. He did go over the line this weekend.
Yeah.
But I think it's a lesson that he's learned. I think it really connected with him this week. That okay, I got to get control of this part of my life. It's okay to be fiery.
Now
but it's
he
not-
needs to do this.
Yeah, if he just does the 3
He
fingers.
does this.
Right.
They
He'll
know
be
to
okay.
read between the lines. You don't get.
He should just be doing like this to the guy. It's
That
like,
works too.
That's right. It's like, rah, rah.
Yeah, I
I get
noticed one thing. I saw just a little more on Kyle Busch.
That's right.
He never seems to fail to impress me. Now he's been there for a while. Everyone knows he can drive. But I saw recently. I watched the off-road trucks lately, and he went out and did that. I believe in Las Vegas.
Sure.
And
Right.
he'd never done it before. He just
Right.
went out there. First time he had somebody else's truck. I can't remember who it was, but they threw him in there, and he took first few corners, trying to take it easy, getting used. I think it's like 2 laps by himself, and then he just went and was running the same
Sure.
lap times,
Sure.
beating everybody else. And I was like, that's hard to do because
It's hard
that
to do.
is a tough
He
way.
really
of
has
racing.
driver feel. He really
Yeah.
has it. It's just in his DNA.
Exactly.
It's just it's good to see. Well, he'll be fine.
Oh,
He's going to
yeah.
be fine.
He'll learn. He'll
Tony
move
Stewart went through that little chicane in his life, and just different personalities
Oh,
handle it
Rusty
differently.
Wallace,
Rusty Wallace.
Duro Wallace.
Oh yeah, totally.
Dale Earnhardt.
Dale Earnhardt. Really,
There's
Dale
been a lot of
Earnhardt
them.
for
Yeah,
sure.
definitely.
For sure. And he's the icon of the sport. So.
Yeah, I mean, you never know.
Everybody loves Dale Earnhardt. It's all good.
Pretty much.
They got a good question in the chat room.
Okay.
What do they got?
If Jimmy Johnson were to win the championship,
What pit crew?
what pit
Yeah.
crew goes
To
to
the
the banquet?
Hey, I like that. That's a great question.
Both of them.
We're buying an extra table or 2.
Exactly.
Wow,
Yeah, that's going to be.
that's a
Yeah,
tough one.
exactly. Well, it's a
Especially
complicated
if
thing.
they win the championship, because now that they're trailing it, then
Sure.
they're going to feel they are the reason they won it, and if it
Well,
comes down to pit stops,
Right, and the same question holds true for Harvick's group. 'Cause,
Yeah.
what got him to the party is a different group that's in the party.
Well, Chad will always be the crew chief on there.
Sure.
Of course.
So he didn't get kicked out. Of course, he's the one that's supposed to be making the decision.
That's true.
So anyway, but now, both of them are going to be at the banquet anyway.
Anyway, that's right. Everybody goes up on the
Just
stage.
depends on who gets to sit at the closer up.
It's a head table. Well, I tell you what, I think Jimmy Johnson's going to go through Denny Hamlin, and I think
Yep.
Kevin Harvick's going to have something to do with that too.
I don't think Jimmy will win this year. I think it's a Denny or Kevin show.
Kevin Shaw.
That's the well, yeah. Never mind. I was just saying. I hope Kevin wins it. I really do. I was
Yeah.
trying to think something else, but
I really don't have a dog in the hunt, as they say. But yeah, it's going to be good to see someone else win
He's
it.
been staying out front pretty much most of the year.
Sure.
So hey,
I'm not a big Hamlin fan, but I know he's from local. I'm gonna get a lot of heat from that, but I don't really, it's my opinion. But I just also want to see somebody new win.
Sure.
So it'd be awesome to see Jimmy get 5 in a row. But
Oh, yeah.
I mean,
he'll have to wait till next year
Right.
or the year after that.
Oh yeah.
just cut out a year.
The sport. There's such momentum in a sport like this, and destiny catches up to you. Jeff Gordon really knocked out 4 in a pretty big hurry too.
Oh yeah, he did.
You know, I mean,
Definitely.
you got to
And
look
he
at
had
it.
like
He
a
really,
year in between, I think. or
Right,
something
he
like
knocked him out in a hurry, and he's just like Jimmy. He's either first or second
Mm-hmm.
on all those years, and destiny just works that way. You get football's the same thing, baseball, basketball. You get those dynasties, and they run their course. Life does catch up to
Yes.
these things, and I think it's just the way the cosmics design it. I think it's if you get a little too big for your britches, they just spat you and put you back down. And
I can't.
Before I forget it, I want to tell everybody, go to Moonstar.
go to
Yes.
Moonstar.
Yes.
Chinese, American, Mexican restaurant down in downtown Hampton if you're local. I told them
Absolutely.
I'm going to be putting plugs in them for them. By the way, if you go there and tell them you heard about it from Let's Talk Racing, you get 10% off.
There you go.
All
And
right.
it's good food.
Absolutely.
It's wonderful.
What if you tell them 2 times?
We'll just see what happens.
Only if you were me.
Okay. That's all right. That's all right. And by the way, we want to give our buddy Matt Mullins a big shout out. He's in
He's
Iowa.
playing in Iowa.
Playing in
Seeing his
Iowa.
mom.
Finally.
Seeing his mom. Yeah, right.
He was visiting friends he hadn't seen for about like 23 years.
Right. I think well, I'm not going to say what else he's doing, but that's beside the point because they get in trouble if I say it.
He visited an old
Friend. Right. Exactly. I just didn't want other old friends being privy to that, but that's beside the point. But
Hey,
also to Matt,
welcome.
congratulations to Matt for his championship
Yes.
at Langley Speedway.
That is awesome.
Pro
Go
Sox.
Matt.
As a
And
rookie.
As a rookie.
And rookie.
Well, that's
We also,
right.
we,
Yeah, I
we
know.
also got another rookie too, which was Bobby Gobble
Bobby Gobble,
that
right.
we work with.
He got
for
rookie.
Let's Talk
Exactly.
Racing. He got Rookie of the Year in the Legends series.
Absolutely.
And Paul Lubna just simply went out to have fun.
Yes.
You go,
And
Paul.
That last race is just memorable. I mean,
Paul is an icon.
that was just amazing.
Right.
The fact that he took that car and hadn't touched it in 2 years, 3 years.
Yeah, the car hadn't been out there, hadn't been on the scales for 2 years.
He was
And
just sitting in his yard.
he gave me a challenge too, because I had to keep his butt out of trouble on the radio.
And borrowed
Yeah.
2 sets of tires. Or,
Right.
Yeah, didn't have
2
new
tires from
on
2
it, bought
different teams. I mean,
New tire.
started dead last on the field, and then within 7, 8 laps, he was already up to third or second. I mean,
Yep, got up to second.
I was just had no practice in the car either.
Yeah, no practice. The other one,
No idea what he had.
The other one went away. He just went home and grabbed the son's car and brought it out.
I didn't know all that till afterwards, and I was just like, it was already amazing to begin with, and that just blew it away. You don't see that, or you don't know
He's
that.
one of those guys. I tell everybody, you take him, put him in a 10th place car, it'll wind up in second or third.
Yeah, he just can drive. He knows what he's doing.
Oh goodness. Anything else we got to cover? We've already.
No, I think we've had a really
Pretty
good
much got everything.
talk about tonight. Actually, I
Yeah.
think just want to give a shout out for everybody that listens. It's always good to be on the
Yeah.
show, and
And I didn't say when I got here, sorry I was late. I was surprised I didn't get a ticket getting here.
it's
You
But-
can't get a
okay.
ticket going 25, okay?
After it sped up.
Oh.
exactly cool. And we're all looking forward to the race this weekend.
Oh, yes.
It's going to be a big weekend.
Oh, it's like
See how
Phoenix.
Johanna's doing
Homestead.
Homestead.
Yeah,
Caitlin's
Caitlin's
doing
doing
Phoenix.
right.
So we hope she does well.
I'll definitely be watching.
Absolutely.
I love.
We're pulling for them, and so we'll see what the girls do.
Was she doing also with Red Horse Racing again, or was it different somebody else this time?
You know,
I didn't miss-
I
I
don't
didn't
think
catch
I
that.
did really.
I didn't catch that.
If
part.
you're listening,
I know it's Oil
Caitlin,
Medics.
send us
I know
a
it's
chat
Oil
room
Medics,
message
so,
on that, and we'll appreciate
I
it.
thought that was with Red Horse, but I'm
Right.
not too sure.
And
Well, I'd like to thank everybody for joining us tonight, and we will see everybody next week. See ya!
salute.
Sayonara.
Ciao, baby.
Don't read between the lines, Kyle.
Yeah.